Man, you've had a morning, haven't you had a morning? You've gotten up and your clothes are all just, and you don't know where they are, you don't know if they're ironed, and you don't know if your tie matches your shirt, and you're just, and some of us have driven 743 miles, like my sister today, and I'm so thankful she's here. If you are a visitor today, would you please raise your hand? I don't want to embarrass you, but if you're visiting here today, would you mind raising your hand today? If you're visiting? You visitors? Okay, well, we got it. Okay, good. Some have just been come a couple of times, and some just got here, and I don't know if this is going to work, but my mother-in-law told me that I'm not supposed to talk fast, and I'm supposed to talk loud, so I think I'm supposed to...
Right where the wires come out, right in the middle there.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Oh, the little green light means we're on. Okay, good. Oh, hello. Can you all hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm not using cell phones or anything. It's good. So, I am just excited about being here today. We came up on Saturday, and we came up on Friday, because I didn't know what day I came up. And so, in our area, you can't get fish fries. Like, we went to a restaurant, they had a place that was supposed to have a good fish fry, and it was horrible. So we went to Brian's. Okay, so if you're looking for a fish fry, Brian's is the place to go. I guarantee you that you will enjoy it for fish. So then Saturday, we decided we'd like to have some real life cider, because in our area, cider is called apple juice. So we went up to the mill up in Cascade. And it was so nice. We went up to where the old school was, and we drove the streets of Cascade and just remembered the old days. How many times we walked up there in the freezing cold to get to Mr. Shanley's class. Freezing cold. But boy, wonderful days. Wonderful, wonderful days. And then, of course, we got cider. And, of course, you can't have cider without donuts. Totally not on the Weight Watcher program, just in case you want to know. Like, I was writing down my points yesterday going, I might as well just forget it, because I've already all my points for the day, and then, like, in Weight Watchers, you get bonus points. Yeah, there's all that, too. Yeah. Bonus points gone, everything's just gone. And so, just had a wonderful time fellowship with my mother-in-law, and had a great time, and then here today. And so, just a privilege to be here with you folks today, and just kind of share with you what is kind of on my heart, and you can tell I'm already, verklempt and everything, and I don't know why, I'm just thankful. Thankful to be here with you folks, because we just love you to death. And thank you, Mrs. Harder, for playing this morning, and for doing what you do. And Dallas, it's just a wonderful time to be here this morning. So, anyway, that being said, would you mind opening your Bibles, please, to Numbers chapter 16. It's only 48 verses long. I'm going to preach on each verse. So if you have dinner plans, you may want to call to cancel your reservations, because we're going to, it sure was just bakery shopping. I'm going to burn the hand. Numbers chapter 16. Let's pray, and then we'll get into our text. Father, again, we thank you for today and for our time together. Thank you for the truths of your word, how they apply to our lives. Pray, Father, you'll be with us today. We know the things that are in this book cannot be understood unless the Spirit of God gives understanding. And so we pray, Father, that you'll give us understanding and help us understand the truths of your word. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. So when I was getting ready for the message, I just remember so much about Mount Morris Village Baptist Church. The first time I attended here, I was a Catholic. I started out a Catholic. A lot of us did. And I went from a Catholic church to a Pentecostal church. And so I went, and you can imagine what that kind of change was like. You go from stand up, sit down, you'll go home, to never going home. Because Pentecostal services go for like 3 hours. Really long services. So then, about I guess I was 16, my wife was then 15, I started dating this Christian girl. And so I decided to come to Mount Morris Village Baptist Church. Pastor Klein was here then. And I thought, I know that when I walk through those doors, they're going to sing Bringing in the Sheaves. And if they do, I'm just going to laugh. And sure enough, the first Sunday I was here, that was one of the first hymns the Mount Morris Village Baptist Church ever sang was Bringing in the Sheaves. And laugh I did. I thought, oh, these Baptists. they just got to catch up to the times. And I've been here ever since. I've been here since I was 16 years old.
Amen.
I remember, Louise. I remember the hymn sings we used to have. Remember? We'd have the place all packed out, and we'd just sing for the whole night. And the windows would be open, and we would just have this great time of hymn sings. And people would come from all over, they'd play their musical instruments, and we'd have special music, and just a great night of fellowship. I remember Ann and Sonny, Aunt Mary. My mother-in-law's here today. It's her 77th birthday. 8th, 78. Yeah, I think you cheated us a penny. No. 78 years. I remember my father-in-law. I remember Ann. And some of the greats of our services who have gone on before us. I remember going up to Ledgewood Park. And remember the sunrise services we had up there? It was crack of dawn and so cold. And I decided the best thing to do was to play trumpet. Except what I didn't realize was that the cold froze the valves. So when I was trying to push the valves down, they wouldn't go down because they were sticking because it was so cold. To be perfectly honest with you, and as many times as I heard Pastor Phillips preach in Ledgewood State Park, I'm sad to say I don't remember any of the messages. There was something about Jesus risen again. What I do remember, though, is the eggs and bacon. And the smoke. And everybody just joking and laughing and having a good time all around the great big grills. And Dave Harker rode up there, just flipping things. My father-in-law was always up there. I don't think Dad ever really cooked, though. I think he just ate more than he cooked, I think. He cooked a little bit and then eat some. We just all had this great time of fellowship. So much when it comes to remembering. And when we get to our text, that's exactly what Korah is doing. He's remembering. He's looking back. If you look at Numbers chapter 16, it says, Now Korah, the sons of Izhar, and the sons of Korath, and Levi, Dathan, and Abiram, the sons of Elab and Anan, the sons of Pelath, the sons of Rebenan, took men. And what Korah does is he begins to remember about what it was like in Egypt. Now understand where they've come from at this point for the book of Numbers. Remember, they were in Egypt, and Joseph was in Egypt. While I'm thinking about this, I want to encourage you. I have read, I guess, every book of the Bible. A part of Elohim Bible Institute was you had to read every book. But as far as read the Bible through, like in a year's time, I have read parts, but I want to read it all the way through. So because iPhone now has what we call apps, in case you folks don't know, there are new phones that do things other than call. In case no one told you. These wonderful phones. Now, I'm sorry about my phone. I apologize for my phone. But it's the new iPhone 7 and things like 7 feet long. And so I got this new app called Olive Tree. It's from Olive Tree. It's called the Bible Study app. And it has a reading plan. So every single day now, I'm on my reading plan. I'm on day 37. I'm so excited. It keeps you current. It lets you know. It doesn't give you a ton of reading, but it gives you a couple chapters in the Old Testament, one in the Psalms, then one in the New Testament. And I will have read through, when I'm done with the plan for the year, I'll have read the Old Testament twice, the New Testament once, and have read all the way through the Bible in a year's time. Really excited. And it keeps you on progress and tells you what to read and all those kind of things. It's a wonderful program. So I've been reading through the Old Testament, and Joseph had such a wonderful testimony in Egypt that it took 400 years for his testimony as an individual to go away where a Pharaoh did not know him. And so then the Pharaoh said, well, listen, we got a problem. Israel's getting too big. We need to put them in slavery, and that's what they did. And then, as it goes on, Moses goes, hey, listen, you got to let my people go. And he says, no, I'm not going to. And so the 10 plagues of Egypt then come, and Pharaoh does release them. And when they leave Egypt, they bring the spoils of Egypt with them. They go down to the Red Sea. There's a problem. The Red Sea is full. Pharaoh's army is coming after them. God opens the Red Sea, dries, goes across. Now, it's not like the movie, the Ten Commandments. Remember that movie, Charlton Heston? And they walk across right there. No, that's not how it was. Red Sea opens, the dry wind blows all night long and dries the Red Sea. Then they go across. They didn't cross immediately. They had to wait. So they go across the Red Sea, and as they're going, now you've got to finish in this too. There was 2 million people that had to get across the Red Sea. Have you ever seen 2 million people? Have you ever been to New York City? How many of you have been to New York City? Have you ever been to New York City at Christmas? Don't go to New York City at Christmas. No matter how much you want to see the tree at Rockefeller Square, you don't want to go because you cannot stop walking. There are so many people, they push you down the sidewalk. You want to stop and take, there's no stopping. You will go. There is no stopping, no. That's how I kind of vision this. You had 2 million people that need to get across this gap. Even if you were 20 people wide, the line would have been 75 miles long. I mean, and all these people, nobody's in a hurry. Well, maybe you would have been considering Pharaoh was going to come and kill you. But you got all your stuff, you're running across the sea, you got to get to the other side. And as you're getting in, Pharaoh's army is now beginning to follow you. Their chariot wheels are falling off, which you would have think, wheel off, you're going to stop. But no, they keep coming. And we all know that the Red Sea closes them and then drowns the soldiers in the sea. So he remembers that, and he remembers how God provided food in the wilderness, and he remembers all the different things, but still he sees Aaron and Moses. Things are going on right now, and he says, listen, we got to rid of these guys. They got to go. We got to go. Something's got to change. The thing is these were God's men, and so now there's a problem. So what I want to do is I want to talk to you simply about 3 things in this chapter. The first was the call. Look at verse 26 with me, if you will. It says, and he spake unto the congregation, saying, depart, I pray you, from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest ye be consumed in their sins. Now this is what's going to happen. God is about to judge these men for their wickedness. God says to them, enough is enough. I'm going to consume this group. And he says to them, get away from them, because judgment is about to come. You see, in today's society in which we live, we walk among people every single day. And there are people that we meet on a regular basis who are unsaved, who do not know Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior. But Jesus says, come unto me all ye that are weak and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. The Bible says in Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 5 that I am an unclean man and I dwell among an unclean people. And the Bible tells us that our righteousness that these people around us possess are like filthy rags. But Christ says to them, I stand at the door and knock, and I want to come into your life. But there is a call that goes out to the unsaved today. Every single day, God calls them and says, listen, come out from among the people that you're with now, and let me show you something better. Let me show you a whole new life. You've got to make a decision every single day, the unsaved does. Whether they're going to stay with the group they're with, or they're going to separate themselves and go a separate direction. That's exactly where the people of Israel were. They had to decide on this day, were they going to remain unsaved, or were they going to be saved by God's grace? Were they going to die and perish with the ungodly, or were they going to go to a separate place and be saved? That's the decision that every single person on the face of the planet deals with every single day. And that's why Jesus came. John 3:16 tells us, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, specifically for that purpose. But there's another call in this chapter. Look at verse 46. And Moses said unto Aaron, take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly into the congregation and make an atonement for them. For there is wrath gone out from the Lord, the plague has begun. So what I asked if someone could bring me an old-time lantern. And thank you, Mr. Austin, for doing this. This is available for sale, $19.95. You can buy it. This is probably more than $19.95 total. But anyway, this is for sale. But anyway, what Aaron was to do was take a censer from off the altar. And in this censer, he was to put fire and incense. And he was to run out among the people. Because death was on its way. Folks, we every day are exhorted to go and to let people know that death is on the way. Mark 16:15 says, "Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel." And what I found out was I love to study. I love to study Scripture. I think we fail to understand the linguistic minutia of this book, the little tiny words and what they mean. So what I do is I get my Bible and I get all of my apps and I get all of my books and I surround myself, and now I have dual screens on my computer, so I put my Bible on one side and my notes on the other, and I just start studying, and I get lost. I'm in a whole new world, like the Bible just opens up, and I don't hear things going on around me, and the cat's meowing. I hear nothing around me. Except, honey, dinner's ready. Sometimes I hear that. But other than that, that's about all I hear. Because my wife's an amazing cook. And you can smell it, But anyway, so I began researching, and I looked at the little word go. Now, the word go appears 1,257 times in Scripture. 238 times in the New Testament alone. But when you think about go, you think, okay, I'm sitting in a place and I'm going to go. That's not what the word go means here. What the word go is go into all work, preach the gospel while you are on your journey in the world. Preach the gospel. Not like get up from a seminary place and go somewhere. No, that's not what it says. This is while you are on your journey. Folks, we are on a journey every single day. We pump our gas and we go to the supermarket. And now with my new app, I count my steps. Weight Watchers says you're supposed to do 10,000 steps a day. That is insane. I don't know how you could ever do 10,000 steps in a single day. I set my goal at 3,000. I reached it one day. I went a little over. But most days about 1,200 steps. Because I believe personally, if you can't drive there, and if there's not an elevator, don't go in the building. Okay, because steps are just totally out of the rule. No, there's no reason for steps known to me. That's how I... But now, yesterday we were out shopping and my wife went in somewhere and I said, I got to go with you. Why? I don't got my steps. So now I'm just doing the step thing. It's crazy, isn't it? But I'm on a journey every single day, and I am in sales, and I meet countless people every single day. So while I'm on my journey, I am supposed to preach the gospel. So what does it mean to preach? Do you ever think about what preach means? You don't want to preach, do you? No, I do. Like, I told you before, I went to New York City, and I saw the guy walking in New York City with a sign, and I stopped him. I thought it was the funnest thing. I like to play with people like that. But the word preach means this. This is what preach is defined in Greek. It means this. Always with the suggestion of formality, gravity, and authority in which must be listened to and obeyed. When you are talking about Jesus, you must understand you are talking about authoritatively. You are telling people, if you do not repent, you will not see heaven. Period. That's all there is. It's not that God is asking us to expound and talk about the linguistic minutiae of Scripture. Just tell them about Jesus. That's all you got to do. While you're on your journey, just simply tell them. Because they're dying and they're going to hell and nobody's stopping them. We're afraid. We're afraid to tell people that we love them most, that if they don't change the direction, they will not see heaven. It can't be, folks. We've got to stop it. We've got to take our censer. That's how we'll change the world. And that's what we're called to do every single day. Just preach preach Jesus. Don't got to preach anything else. Don't got to tell about antinomianism. Don't have to get into dispensationalism. Don't have to get into the 7 cycles that bring about the apocalypse. Although all these things my brother-in-law knows. My brother-in-law is an amazing source of Scripture. He's constantly encouraging me, listen to this, and read this, and I read all this stuff, and I listen to all the stuff he sends me. I love my brother-in-law, specifically for the purpose that he consistently challenges me. Look at what's out there. Look at what's going on. God just wants you to talk to the people you meet every day, and let them know that Jesus loves them. Look at number 2. Back to verse 46. It says, verse 46 says, and make an atonement for them. The problem with the nation of Israel at this point is that there was a plague that was going to go out because they were in sin. In today's world in which we live, they were just like the nation of Israel. Because what Korah told God and the company was, God, take your best shot. Go ahead. Take your best shot. They were standing outside of their tent, and they were shaking their finger in God's face, saying, God, go ahead, take your best shot. We do not stand behind these men that are in front of us. We will take out Moses, we will take out Aaron, and we will do what we want to do. Really? So God says, okay, I'll take my best shot. And he opens up the ground and sucks 300 people into a hole and then closes the ground over them. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 5 and verse 8, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. The condition of mankind today is that they are sinners. And so are we. The sinners that we meet every single day are doing exactly the same thing. They are shaking their finger in God's face saying, we will do what we want. We will say what we want. We will go what we want. We will do whatever we want. God, go ahead. Take your best shot. I guess my question is what are sinners willing to risk? What are they willing to wager? What are they willing to say, listen, I don't care, God, do whatever you want to do for God to get their attention. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they just would hear the gospel and accept Christ? Without having to go through the trauma of all the things that God will do to get their attention. For the countless times that God calls. Because God is not willing that any should perish, not one single person. But that all men should come to repentance. And how do I know? Well, think about Luke chapter 16. Look at Luke chapter 16 for just a minute. I just want to read you a couple verses out of Luke chapter 16. I'm sure you're really familiar with the passage. But Luke chapter 16 is really an interesting story about a man that went through all of this. And I talk to people a lot about this particular passage. Because if I could tell you a real life story about someone that went through life and ended up in hell, would that interest you? Would you want real life evidence of someone that went through life and ended up shaking his finger in God's face and saying, hey God, take your best shot, and dies and see what happened after? Wouldn't that interest you? Why not? Luke chapter 16 says, and there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. Then you jump down to verse 23 and it says, and in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeing Abraham afar off and Lazarus in his bosom. He was in torment. See, that's where you end up if you don't know Christ. I speak at a lot of different churches. I've been in ministry since 1984. Can you imagine it? I went to Elohim Bible Institute and I graduated from there. We went to the mission field. And from there we went to Christian school teacher, and I was a Christian school principal, and I've been an intern pastor, and I've been a youth pastor, and I've been involved in Christian work for years. I was ordained in 1990 back at East Park Baptist Church down in Johnson City, Tennessee. And now I speak at churches all over the place. And you would be amazed at what churches believe of how they get to heaven. I spoke at a church that believed because you read Scripture at church, that's how you get to heaven. All you've got to do is sit there and let someone read the Bible to you, and you get to go to heaven. Isn't it the greatest thing? Except it's wrong. And there are so many people out there today that have so many different philosophies of what it means to get to heaven. Well, there's only one way to heaven. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. And so the unsaved think, well, listen, I'm going to take my chances. I'm going to do the best I can, and hopefully I'll make it. Why would you want to risk eternity? But you know what? A lot of us here are Christians. And our condition every day is this. Book of Romans, chapter 7. It says, the things I don't want to do, those are the things I do. And the things I want to do, I don't. Who doesn't want to read their Bible every day? Who doesn't want to pray every day? Who doesn't want to live a consecrated life? Who doesn't want Jesus to look down and say, listen, just what a great day you had. But there's just a constant war in our members. A constant struggle in our lives every single day. And Paul says, my mind is so willing, but my flesh is so weak. But Christ gives me strength to go through the day. Folks, that's why you have to read your Bible, and that's why you have to pray, and that's why you have to struggle each day as a Christian, because you have to make sure that you're doing all the things, because our flesh just wants what it wants. I'll tell you, in Weight Watchers, I'm about 1 billion points a day. Oh, I got so many points. But every time I eat something, I lose points. So when we went to Brian's, I had to decide whether I wanted a baked potato that was going to be like 10 points, or whether I wanted broccoli that was free. And the thing is at Brian's, when you get broccoli, it's not 2 pieces, it's a bowl. I think they cut up a whole head of broccoli and throw it in a bowl and say, here, eat this. Of course, I did put cheese on it, only 3 points. Because you can't eat broccoli without cheese, it's not American. Let me kid you, if you try to eat broccoli without cheese, I don't even know how you're digesting it, it's impossible. And I also caused my mother-in-law to fail because she also put broccoli in it, she put cheese on hers too. Just... But anyway, so, we have choices every single day that we have to make. That's the condition of our Christian life. But understand this, folks, that even when you're having your worst day that you've ever had, it's still better than the best day the unsaved will ever have. An unsaved person, this is the best it's ever going to be. It's never going to get better for the unsaved, ever. For the Christian, this is the worst it's ever going to be. It only gets better. But when you look back at the passage in Numbers chapter 16, I want to look at the last point. So we saw the call, and we saw the condition, but there's got to be a cure. In Numbers chapter 16, verse 46, it says, take a censer and put on fire from off the altar. Now understand, folks, that this was never been done in the history of Israel ever before. There had never been a time ever before that anyone ever went to the altar of incense. That's where they did all the burnt offerings, where they did all the sacrificing on this altar, and took fire from off of that and put it in the censer. And then took incense and put it in the same censer and ran out of the congregation. It had never, ever been done ever before. So let me ask you a question. What if Aaron had said this? I don't want to. Never been done that way before. It's not going to work. What if Aaron had said, you know what? It's really late. It's nighttime. It's late in the day. They really have to go. What if Aaron said this? You know what? I'm just too tired. You know, running is a lot. I don't like to run. Do I really gotta go? What if he said this? You know what? I've done my fair share. Let someone else. What if he said this? Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am to ask me to do this? Do you know that I'm the high priest of Israel? And you're asking me to do this mundane task of taking a censer and running out to the people? You know, folks, I've been to a lot of churches. I went to this one church one time, and I pulled in the parking lot, and you know, the first thing I look for is the spot closest to the door. Because, you know, then you don't have to walk. And then I look for the golf cart that's going to get me to the door, you know. So I pull into the parking lot, and I see on the wall, the Queen. And then next to that was a placard that said elder, and then another one next to that said deacon. So the only people that parked there was the Queen of the church, the elder of the church, and the deacon of the church. It was right next to the door. I guess they got special privileges because of who they were. You know what sign I didn't see? Was this is where the servant parks. See, folks, Matthew 20 tells us this. Our place is not to exalt ourselves among the congregation. Our place is to be a servant. To be the greatest in God's kingdom is simply to be a servant. Not to exalt ourselves as queen or elder or deacon. Our place is to say every single day, God, I know I'm not worthy. But if you'll just let me, I would love to serve you today. Whoever steps into this place, no matter who it is, has the most sacred responsibility given to mankind on the face of the planet Earth. He is given the privilege to open the most sacred text ever given to mankind and to pour his heart out to a group of people that have come through the door saying, now what am I supposed to do? This responsibility that in this moment can never be taken lightly. But you know what? Whoever steps behind this pulpit must understand that they are nothing more than just a servant of the greatest God that ever allowed us to serve. Because that's really all we are. Just servants. Is a servant going to run up against his master and say, let me tell you what I'm going to do? No. God, please use me today. Please allow me to do anything you would have me do. See, folks, we possess the cure. The cure for mankind is Jesus. Now, Aaron runs out to the midst of the people, and he stands in the midst of the congregation, and the plague is coming. Picture this. The plague is coming, and people are dying, and people are dying, and people are dying. And the plague stops right at Aaron's feet. In front of him, everyone is dead. The people behind him, everyone is alive. And all that stands between them is a man and a censer. Do you get the picture? We are the only thing that stands between life and death for the people that we love the most and for a lost and dying world. You folks are the only fundamental work anywhere around. This church is the only place where people can come and hear about Jesus and learn how to change their life for eternity. You, this body of believers, you have a cure that ails all the world. That day, 15,000 people died in that plague. If you want to kind of put that in perspective, that's all the people in Mount Morris and Geneseo combined. In 1972, there was a There was a hurricane that hit the East Coast, remember? You were around that time, weren't you? Somebody? Yeah, I think so. Don't laugh, Shirley, you were there too. So, I was in 6th grade in 1972. And Agnes hit this area and dumped an incredible amount of water into this valley. There is a dam right around the corner that's 777 feet tall. On that time, in 1972, the water was 3 feet from the top of that dam. If the dam breaks, Genesee Valley will be no more. They were letting out 10,000 gallons a minute out of that through the floodgates and flooding the rivers. But they had to relieve the stress off that dam. The engineer that actually built the dam actually stayed at the dam. That's how confident he was that it wasn't going to break. Because he knew that it was going to hold. Folks, I'm here to tell you that I promise you that the cure that you offer a lost and dying world is going to hold. It's going to change their course for eternity. The problem is, folks, is that we can't give up. We have to stand with our censors because every single day we go out of this place, we stand between the living and the dead. We all know people that we are unsaved. Every one of us knows someone, don't you? You're thinking about a person right now that you've never talked to about Jesus. You've never shared with them. You've never talked to them. And if they pass away, if today was the last day of their life and they passed into eternity, you would not have another opportunity to share with them the life change that they need to experience. Maybe you're here today and you're on the wrong side. Maybe you've never come to Christ. Maybe there's never been a day where you've admitted that you're a sinner and you believed in Christ and you confessed your sin. Maybe there's never been a time. And I don't care how long you've been attending church, it doesn't matter. What needs to know is that you know that there was a day in your life that you admitted that you were a sinner and you believed in Christ and you confessed your sin. If not, you will end up just like those people in Israel. You will die in trespasses and sin, and you will never see the gates of heaven no matter what. A friend of mine always said, when you're done preaching, always make sure you end with so what? Well, so what? So, folks, this is what I want to encourage you in this. If you don't know Christ, please come forward at the end of the service, and someone will come up with you and share with you how you can know Christ. I'm not going to embarrass you. Just want to let you know that today can be a difference for you for eternity. Maybe you're a Christian here today, and you want to come up and you just want to say, Lord, please use me. Please use me as a servant. Maybe that's what your goal is today. Maybe that's what your heart is. And my final encouragement today is, folks, never stop. There's too much at stake for this community and this region around, for the gospel not to be preached from this place like it has for the last 70 years. Funny thing, I was talking to my mother-in-law. She says she's been going here since she was a girl. And you know what? The lady that brought my mother-in-law is here too. That says something about this church. For those that have sailed faithfully year after year after year. Just pray. This community will come to Christ. Let's pray. Father, again, we thank you for Jay. We thank you for this time. We thank you for this service. Father, I do pray in the quietness of this moment, if there is someone here today that does not know Christ, if there is someone here today, Lord, that has not come to Jesus Christ, that has not repented of their sin, that has not taken the time to give their life to Christ, might today be the day of their salvation. Father, for those Christians who are here today who struggle, who, Father, want to do the right thing, might today be a day of consecration. Might they give their life to you, Father, and say, Lord, use me as a servant. Let me consecrate my life today. Father, whatever the needs may be, for those that may be suffering financially today, I pray that you meet their needs in a very special way. Father, for health concerns that may be here today, I pray that you minister to those needs. But Father, most of all, thank you for visiting us today and helping us to understand the truths of your word and how simple they are and how simple it is to share what we love the most, Jesus. We ask this all in Jesus' name.